let's explore today one verse in the Gospel of John. It's a verse that I actually learned early in my work in Scripture. It really caught my attention. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. So this, in a very terse section here, it talks about how Satan works. And then it goes on. I came, says Yeshua, that they may have life and have it abundantly. Now what we're going to do with this verse is I'm only going to concentrate on the way that Satan works, and we're going to go in and work this together. Let me show you how we can work it together. We're going to start with 3 key words. Clearly, they're key words: steal, kill, and destroy. Steal is in the 10 Commandments. You shall not steal. So Satan is trying to make us turn away from the 10 Commandments. The second one, kill, is very similar to the 10 Commandments. You shall not murder. They're actually 2 different words, which I won't have time to go into today. But he's using deceit in this case, still in the 10 Commandments. And then we get destroy. But what does destroy mean? That really is we can't come to any conclusion about that. So we're going to have to go in and look at the original Greek word. Don't work with English translations. You're going to get tripped up every time, because all translations are interpretations. So let's take a look at the original Greek word. The original Greek word is apolumi, which you can find in a concordance, and it has been translated into English. So the Greek word has been translated into English several different ways. The most common is to perish 33 times, destroy 23 times, be destroyed and die. So that sounds like our English word destroy. I have come to destroy. But if you draw that conclusion from your English translation, you're going to be tripped up, because apolumi also has another way of being used. It's also translated into English as lose or be lost 31 times, or be marred 1 time, which is a very different meaning from being destroyed. Something is lost. And if you look in these verses, what you'll find is that the other meaning of apolumi is to lose something you already have. Now what we do is we're going to go into some verses that use this apolumi in a way that means lose something you already have. I'm going to go back to the Hebrew Scriptures, and I'm going to start there, and then we'll go into the New Testament. So in the Hebrew Scriptures, this is at the time of talking about the Exodus here. All right, actually this is in the book of Jude, which is a New Testament book, but it's talking about the event of the Exodus that, of course, is recorded in the Old Testament. I desire to remind you that the Lord, after saving a people out of the land of Egypt, so that's the Exodus, when he saved them from the last plague of death, and then he rescued them again at the Red Sea. After that, the Lord subsequently destroyed those who did not believe. Now, here is the second rescue. The first rescue was from death. The second rescue at the Red Sea was saved from bondage to the world, because Pharaoh was trying to bring them back into bondage in Egypt. But what God did is he said, look, to keep you from being in bondage to the world, I'm going to give you the law. And if you know the law and can learn to walk in my ways, you will no longer be in bondage to the ways of the world. You will no longer be in bondage to Satan. Now, what we have here is God destroyed those who did not believe. Now, this does not mean eternal damnation, and it doesn't mean that they don't belong to God anymore. He had given them the law, but they didn't walk by it. So they had something, and then they lost it. They lost it by their own free will choice. They lost it. And because they were not walking in the ways of the law, God did not allow them to go into the promised land, because they were not prepared to defeat the enemy in the promised land. Now, let me give you another example from the New Testament. All right, this woman has something, she's going to lose it, and then we're going to see something. All right, what woman, if she has 10 silver coins and loses 1 coin, so she has 10, she's lost 1, does not light a lamp and sweep the house and search carefully until she finds it? Scripture wants us to find it again. So what's happening here is God not only gives us the promise of life with him, but he says, now look, I'm going to show you how to walk in my ways. And you have it, but you're going to lose it if you don't learn how to walk in my ways. You're going to lose it, and I want you to find it again. Let me show you another example of this concept. All right, This is the prodigal son. Remember, the prodigal son wanted his inheritance, and the father gave it to him, and he went off into a foreign land and wasted it. And, oh no, I'm sorry, before the prodigal son, this is the second half of the woman with the coins. When she has found the one coin, she calls together her friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice with me, for I have found the coin which I have lost." Now we go into the prodigal son. And the prodigal son, we read, "This son of mine was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found," and they began to celebrate. So he wasn't dead. He was dead to his father in that he had gone to a foreign land. He was, eating the food of pigs and everything else. But now he's come back and has been restored to his father again. It's a very sophisticated concept in Scripture. God gives you something, you cause it to be lost, he wants you to find it again. So the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. Destroy meaning that he wants to take away from you the more than abundant life. And the more than abundant life is only available if you learn how to walk in God's ways. Shalom.
Bible Interact is a group of Bible scholars and biblical archaeologists who promote the Hebraic nature of Scripture and view the two Testaments as one unified message. They explain how they use a first-century approach to searching the Scriptures, and they share their methods and discoveries for discussion and dialogue. They invite your comments and participation on BibleInteract.tv.